Zidane Deoni, Electro Ninja here. I don't know why I'm doing that voice, but today we are going to be talking about 2 episodes of My Hero Academia. I discussed the first 2 episodes a little while ago, and I just never got around to doing episode 3 of this season, and episode 4 just came out. So the first thing to note is that the third episode of this season goes over the fight between Night Eye and Deku, with most of it actually being pretty simple. They don't really go too overboard. Mostly all the changes in this episode is seeing the fight play out a little bit better, which I personally think is really good. And at the very end, they introduce us to Eri, which is actually after the credits. And honestly, I think that that's a good way to introduce her because of the fact that that's how they did it in the manga. There's a little less devotion to her introduction in the episode, but than the manga, because the fact that they actually introduce Overhaul in the manga, while in the episode, it literally ends here. The next page is the start of, the episode that just came out, which is honestly a really good episode that honestly just pulls at your heartstrings if you know the whole story with Eri. Oh, this time it's so hard to watch, but yeah. For those of you who don't know how the whole Eri situation goes, basically she's being tortured by Overhaul, who is basically the only, who is currently the leader of the Yakuza in this story. They do have another leader who is bedridden, who is Eri's actual grandfather, who we actually see later on that he's actually a decent person. He's not a jerk to Eri. He's willing to protect her even though he knows that it's her fault that her parents are gone, which are his kids, but he takes care of her even though he's basically the mob boss. And so far, there hasn't really been much to do with him. Probably what happened is that he went to jail after the events, but it's unclear exactly what happened. He is still bedridden by the end of the show, but it still happens, and it's honestly a really interesting story, to say the least. Then we go, of course, into Volume 15, which this goes to right before we actually get to see the other characters go off on their to basically do their own jobs. The exact page is unclear, but it does start with talking about what happens with it. Ends with Deku and All Might's conversation, with a little bit of going to school and stuff like that. Basically, the trials that Deku is having to go through now that he's extremely worried about Eri. And they actually do this surprisingly well in the actual episode, a little bit more than the manga, because for the actual chaos that ensues in the manga, it's basically less than a page of information. It's basically 3 panels, where one, he's dealing with the chaos in a glass, he's dealing with swimming, he's dealing with being pulled out of the water, but in the actual episode, they actually show a lot more of how much he's struggling. Like, oh, his mind wanders and then, oops, now I'm stuck in the middle of the water and and because of the fact that I distracted myself, I am going to drown. And Aizawa has to pull him out. And honestly, it's a really sad moment that I'm glad they actually were able to do a lot more justice than, honestly, I think the manga did. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that is going to have to conclude this video, because next episode, we get to meet up with the other characters, specifically dealing with, most likely, if they follow the manga, we'll start by dealing with some stuff with Suyu, Asui, and Ryukyu. Ryukyu. Yeah, Ryukyu, the number 9 hero. And also known as the Dragoon hero. I'm excited to see that. And they're going to be dealing with dragons or giants, and yeah, that's going to be fun. Then we're going to be seeing some cool stuff with the League of Villains making their deals, which we have actually seen a little bit more than than what I thought we would in this episode. And of course, we will be seeing Kirishima going off to do his work study with Fat Gum. So I, for one, am really excited. I hope that you guys are as well. Honestly, I love the stuff that's going to happen with Fat Gum, so look forward to that. But yeah, even though episodes are kind of going slow right now, expect them to speed up very fast. Like, holy cow. It's actually insane how fast things would have to go in the anime if they're going to do things properly. Because after the whole them showing off the other work studies, there's going to be the training, prepping for the actual heist, and a lot of other things that are going to be chaotic, and then the actual heist, which will probably freak out a lot of you guys, because that thing was really freaking long. Like I've said, it's the longest arc so far for Miraculous. So, and based off the fact that they actually show in this first ending that it at least goes to them rescuing Eri, I'm pretty sure that things will be fine. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think of the newest episodes of My Hero Academia. If you guys are going to be watching it with us, then definitely let me know, because I'm excited to see what you guys think of it. I'm starting to consider maybe live streaming it over on Twitch and discussing with you guys as the episodes are going on, but those will not be coming over here to YouTube, because I don't want to get sued. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think of these episodes, and I will see you guys in the next video. But on.